Who was Luxord actually? We know who Zigbar is.
Please welcome Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Yes! Yes! I'm sorry. Yes, Yoshi B! Yoshi B! Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry, Hoots. I'm sorry. Yoshi B! Yoshi
My
B!
name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
発売2020年3月
He's wearing the Hoshifon necklace! He's wearing the Hoshifon necklace!
We were excited
Sorry.
to bring Shadowbringers as the latest installment in the.
がこの場で世界初
We have a
公開
cloud
と
outfit in
なる
game,
その
right?
漆黒
So,
のヴィランズのロー
and
ンチトレーラーをご覧
people
いただ
got
こ
the
うと思
Fenrir
います
motorcycle.
We are
So.
pleased to bring a world premiere of the launch trailer for Shadowbringers.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, show this. Oh man. Hey, Warrior of Light, how you doing? Yeah, it's very bright. Too bright.
The oldest joke in the book.
Oh, you! What are you doing there?
Did we last have a dark night?
Hmm.
Over 100 bleeding years ago.
Oh man.
That's when.
100 years ago, they. Oh my gosh. That Minfilia?
In that chaotic
Probably not Minfilia, but.
between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected
Oh my gosh. There's Arbert. I can hear Arbert.
They saw
Arbert.
future.
Oh my gosh. I hope I'm not blowing my mic. I really do. Sorry, Hoots. Sorry, Dark Knight.
That's
Oh,
how
man.
the Sanitas came to be. They were once living creatures, or people,
Oh wow.
that were caught in the path of the flood. Once
Like the void.
change is wrought, there is no going back.
It's like what happened to the 13th when it became the Void, but it's all light. Oh
The
wow.
eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years.
I love how they've.
For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place.
I'm gonna have to go back to
The
this trailer.
self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor.
Oh wow. We're the first. I love, like, our friends are with us. Forget what that city's called. Oh, that's creepy.
That's him. That's Volthree.
Okay.
Senators
Ooh.
are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether.
Oh no. Seriously?
Ether.
Seriously? Ugh. Okay. Okay. Hey, and Yustola. And Alize. Minfilia! Okay.
Beyond saving.
Minfilia?
Like those
That was
who
her.
tried to save it.
Milange. Look how they're all here.
This world has had its fill of heroes.
Hero Harness, Light and Dark. I love the music. You! Oh my god. I can hear the theme too. I love that Minfilia is a rogue. I really do. Oh wow, here's Innocent. Oh man. Wait! What's his name? Oh my god, Estinian! Estinian. Okay.
Everything we gave.
Herbert, I'm
What was it for?
glad they're coming back. I really am. The them people from. He's creepy. Like, and then there's a bunch of the new actions for thing. Shadow. Tyranny of Light. We saw a bunch of these actions already, but oh man. Ankrid, who are you? That new character. Become what you must.
How many years
Minfilia. Oh!
waited for this moment?
Whoa!
For the one possessed of her blessing.
I'm sorry, the two Minfilias thing. I have things to say. Oh man! Ah! The two Minfilias thing, because you have the one who went. I'm
The
sorry.
will of the star was made manifest.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Heidelin are not gods. But
They are gods after a fashion, yes.
Yeah,
The
Solus?
eldest and most powerful of primals.
That confirmed so many things that people have been really confused about for so long. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That confirms so much. So you really are, oh, whatever it's called, like, I forget the term, but you are basically, oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about and I can't talk about it because the thing is still continuing. Okay, I need to take notes. I have nothing to write on. Sure, that's fine. I'm sorry, I'm going to right now take notes so that I can comment on this later. Oh my gosh, okay. Alright. I'm sorry, I need to do this. So, oldest of primals. Heidelin and Zodiark. Okay, we have two Minfilias. Hoots, you're not helping me at all. The two Minfilias, because we have the Minfilia that is clearly still with the Heidelin, and then we have the Minfilia who's on the first. I don't know, is that the version of Minfilia that's on the first? Because we clearly have whatever his name, the dude who, like, you literally start a Realm Reborn with, and then you end a Realm Reborn with. I forget his name, unfortunately, because there's a version of him on the first. Okay, I'm just gonna write this down too. Dude who starts ARR with you on ship/chocobos. Dude with crystal hand not awesome? Question mark? I'm going to rewatch this trailer when this is done. I'm sorry, I'm too excited about all this. Okay, Ulzifheim. That confirms so many things. Lore people have been talking about Heidelin and Zodiark potentially, and Heidelin potentially being a primal. Or basically a primal because of, like, how she, oh my gosh, it's because we haven't, I'm forgetting the terms, it's really bad. Oh my gosh. Sin Eaters eat living ether. Alright. I'm just gonna hold on to those notes, and I will take more as I rewatch the trailer. Okay. Alright. What's up, peeps? Okay, so the Square Enix conference just ended. I was literally, as soon as it ended, I was like, I need to, where's this launch trailer? Where's this launch trailer? Where's the launch trailer? And their launch trailer wasn't up yet. It is now up. So, I've written some things down. I have both of my lore books sitting with me. Ta-da, just for reference, just in case. Some of this I probably looked up a long time ago when I first started getting into FF14 lore. Alright, I need to scream about this, and also my entire Twitter has basically blown up with people, all my FF14 friends going, ah! Because the whole primal thing, the whole freaking primal thing! Oh my god! Okay, so it's tempered. So one of the things that has been talked about for a really long time among other FF14 fans, or people who, like, really pay attention to lore at least, is the fact that, you know, the reason why we can't be tempered by other primals, because we have the Echo, is because we're technically, we were tempered by Heidelin first. And that's something that has been popped up quite a bit. So now, of course, like, obviously, like, all of the whatever beings there are a lot of them who have been tempered by whatever primals are around, or have to, like, act according to the will of that primal. So, like, that is asking the question, we're still mostly acting by our own free will, or so we think, but we're also kind of doing the will of Heidelin, right? So, it's begging the question of, like, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble, like, trying to just... everything right now. Everything, okay. Yeah, so, oldest of primers. If Heidelin and Zodiark are the eldest of primals, because the idea is that Heidelin and Zodiark were once one, right? Because the whole thing of the Asians are trying to, like, bring them together and bring about the rejoining. Thanks, Solus, for, pointing out the whole thing about Heidelin and Zodiark. Okay. I had to scream about that for a few moments. I'm actually just gonna hop onto my Twitter and see what other people have been freaking out about. See... Also, yeah, I like, pointed out, like, Travis Willingham as Thor immediately. I was like, I think he's been doing that for a while. Sorry, okay. Alright, yes! Oh, that's actually pretty cool, because Heidelin, Zodiark, were they the elemental? Elementals. Okay, other people are like commenting about this. Yeah, that was me being like, ah! Okay. Yeah, okay. So, we're gonna go back over to here. I'm talking really fast. I didn't refill my water. Yeah. Demo just pointed out that, you know, primals are born of, usually it's born out of a very strong desire or wish by a person or a large group of people. Sometimes it's in the form of worship, sometimes it's in the form of prayers or whatnot. They usually need that and a strong source of ether. Of course, the strongest source of ether is crystals. So you really need to have, like, a bunch of crystals, so that's why, like, Tsukuyomi popped up, or some item that has a very large amount of ether or something stored within it. Again, we saw that with Tsukuyomi to a certain degree. And so it's just something that's why, like, all of the people in Eorzea are on, like, once they figured this out, the people in Eorzea are on really high alert for basically any shipments of crystals, because shipments of crystals, potential primal, is bad. I'm also thinking back to when Shinryu was summoned. Thanks, Ilbert. Slope! I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. Okay. Tempering. If what Solus said is true, remember Solus is an Asian, so we have to take what he says with a very slight grain of salt, but at the same time with a humongous amount of truth, because he's a freaking Asian. So, we have to be... Oh my gosh. Okay, so Heidelin, Zodiac, if they really are the eldest of primals, so then, of course, that we also have to wonder... what came first? Did the primal come first, or did the crystal come first? And why do they take the form of crystals? But if they really were the first primals, then maybe, like, the crystal, which is supposed to be the ether, aka the source of life, is part of them. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. Okay, so we got all that. What else did I write down on here? That was also really important. Sin Eaters eat living ether, because we're basically seeing, like, people being straight up being fed to the Sin Eaters. This is the point where I'm actually going to open up the trailer again. I think I should probably take a look at this. I'm going to turn this down. Hopefully it's not too loud. I turned down the sound a lot because I had that issue with the benchmark. Alright, I pointed out this guy. This is, because we're clearly on the first, this dude, I had to look him up. I was like, this is the dude that hangs out with us, right? Like, when you first start A Realm Reborn, he's on your ship or your chocobo thing, and then he's the one who's, like, driving your chocobo wagon when you are, like, trying to escape during 2.55. And I just had to look it up. It was Brement, or Brent, depending on where you started out. I've actually seen Brennan the most often, because I made other characters who started out in Limsa. I only actually made one who started out in Ul'dah, who is, of course, my main, so I had Brent. But yeah, so I'm wondering if this is the same dude, or this is just the first version of that dude. Probably is going to be the same. I've been seeing a lot of really funny posts around being like, here's the first version of Horsefant, and everyone's like, Horsefant, come back! Yoshi was wearing a Horsefant necklace during that thing. I was just like, I recognize that shield. I recognize the four-toned shield. You're wearing the Horsefant necklace. I wonder if that, I mean, we always, because Yoshi P always has a shirt that means something, right? So, anyway, I'm gonna keep going through. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we have this. So clearly that's No! Zodiark, Heidelin. This was them before. And then they were split apart during that entire giant thingy that happened where everything was split into, like, oh hey, look, there's our party. I also love that our friends, I'm just gonna call them our friends, like, are actually joining us. Minfilia! I gotta talk about Minfilia. I'm literally going all over the place. Minfilia, there are two of her. This is where I have to wonder about something really huge. It actually showed up later into the Tyranny of Light. Where is it? Not here. I was starting to wonder about this guy because obviously he's the one who, like, pulled us into the first, or at least he helped pull us into the first. But some of the things that he's being, like, shown of in this launch trailer kind of make it seem like he's a mysterious figure, but he may not necessarily be the best figure. Also, he kind of looks like, reminds me of Asina a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna start from here. Yes, this, okay. Because we have, they are both definitely Minfilia. But this is the Minfilia who is a rogue, who, obviously is part of the trust system, and is running around with us. and Tancred's been taken care of. But then we have Minfilia. This is our Minfilia. This one right here. This is our Minfilia. So there's two of her. So again, we're kind of thinking, is there basically just first versions of a lot of people we know? Are these both the same person? Maybe this is her original spirit and this is like a physical version of her? Or are there two separate versions of Minfilia? That's what I'm asking. Are there just two separate versions of Minfilia? Minfilia is also, like, this version of her is clearly a fairly important character, also younger, due to the fact that she's seen earlier in the trailer basically having been arrested. Although I don't know what she's been arrested for. I forget, like, this is creepy. I'm sorry, this is creepy. Also, the whole fact that they brought up and makes sense considering what's going on, what happened to the 13th, aka what we call the Void, because when we do the Void arc, literally all the inhabitants there have become Void Sent. We call them Void Sent. The same thing has happened in the first, and I assume probably happened to the second and the third and maybe the fourth. I don't know. I'll have to double check, because we may have already found out what happened to the second. Yeah, we'll see, okay. But anyway, so as of what happened with all the Void Sent, all the people who are exposed to the light become Sin Eaters. Alright, so we have that.
That's him. That's Vorthree.
Also, this guy looks a little terrifying. I swear this is actually someone or something from another game. I will have to also look that up too. Or someone better at lore than me will also do that. But, I'm terrified. You're a new person. I wonder who you are. Oh gosh, no, come back. Come back. And he's gonna get thrown out and get fed to the Sin Eaters.
But they must be fed with ether.
See right here. See, I wonder if this is part of that. This character's gonna be really important. She's obviously Vera. I saw her pop up a bunch. I don't know if she's actually a dancer. I think she might be a dancer because I think that was her throwing the chakrams earlier, but I'm not sure.
Living ether.
Truth must be known. Truth about what is the question. Hey, aw, you stole it. Yeah, so this is a sequence that had, she's clearly been arrested for something. We don't know what. I mean, considering that she is a rogue. Where is this? I think this is Lakeland. I think this is actually taking place in Lakeland. I'm not sure. It looks like it's Lakeland. And there's Minfilia, our Minfilia.
Like those.
Alright, I'm so glad we're hanging out with Uriel Jade, it's making me really excited! Okay, okay, so then there's our whole elemental thing. Wind, water, lightning. Is ice its own element? Sorry, I guess it makes sense. I'm just trying to look at this. Do we have this anywhere? Do we already have this in our books at all? I don't think we do. This is the element. Actually, we probably do. It would be in the second one. Hydaelyn. No, this is talking about... Okay. There's the Asgardian Fates. Maybe it's in the first one. Okay, there's this... all of those. Flight. Okay, probably not in this one. So there was this whole thing in the beginning. Yes, the 6 elements. Alright, sweet! It's in here. Alright, I'm so glad. It is right here. It is right here. I'm glad we're using that. Okay. The 6 of myriad creation. It's the spark of lightning ignites when it strikes, and thus fire is born, and so forth, so forth, so forth. 3 conquers boundless, unwavering. 3 submissions, timeless and unending. Fire is extinction, yeah, so forth. I manifest in all things. Their polarity deriveth from the astral heavens above and the umbral depths below. Okay. Oh, and okay, so now I can read that. So yeah, on top it says astral, on the bottom it says umbral. They're talking about the elements. Why are they talking about the elements? I just love how they use that, or in here. For anyone who has a lore book, it is page 9. This is page 9 of the first lore book. I'm gonna have to go back and read on basic etherology, apparently, because we are going back to all that stuff. And then tempering, and then, you know, those who become tempered. Ethereal Sea. I think we're going through the Ethereal Sea. This is one of those, like, because you had to kind of travel through it, and then we had, what was it called? The Anti-Tower. Because we had the Anti-Tower, which was supposedly really close to the source, which is the whole reason why we went down it. It's upside down, and it has that lovely creepy boss at the end. And then we meet Midphilia. Yes, I know we have the quote-unquote the Twin Realms live stream. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna ethereal travel. Well, we're definitely doing a lot of ethereal stuff. You? Oh, sorry. Alright, so he does pop up outside of the actual Crystal Tower and is in, like, the Crystarium area. Okay.
This world has had its
Another
fill
Viera.
of-
That is a female Viera, I think? Sorry, yes, that's a female Viera. I'm sorry, I still am sad about the whole lack of male Viera. I mean, like, other games have male bunnies. I know that we'll get them eventually, just they didn't have time for this one, so it's okay.
had its fill of heroes.
Last... Yes, Mr. Asian. I love the theme music. Bosses. Okay, this is... Sorry, I'm just looking at this and thinking of the whole, like, literally just saw an element thing with a tree, so, you know. But no, it probably relates to the Fae. No, I think that was Titania. Actually, not back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Titania. Okay, and then there's Innocent. There's clearly importance for... We don't know where Innocent plays a huge role. Okay, no, go back. That was Estinian, and that was definitely Nero. This is Nero. Not Nero. What's his name? Gaius. That's Gaius. I don't know where Nero is. Probably hanging out with the rest of the Garland Ironworks. Alright, so we've got Gaius and Estinian. Yay, they're back! They're hanging out with us. Alright. Okay. And then we have that sequence. Heaven's Word. He's training with that dude, the dude who was talking to us before. Heaven's Word. I wonder if, oh, what is his first name? Lord Fortals pops up, considering that this is the book that he technically wrote. Okay, got that. He's training. And I know, yeah, that Viera is gonna be really important.
Dave,
Herbert!
what was it for?
It's just like those particular things when you know Arbert and the rest of his crew, which I do not remember the name of the rest of his crew, so I'm going to look it up really fast. I just know that the, like, Darklander, I'm calling him Darklander, I just remember that Darklander, Count Edmond de Fortals, there we go, okay. So Darklander was Arbert. What was the names of the other ones? And also the fact that because one, they are from the first, and secondly, they chose names. I mean, Arbiter isn't his real name, because they all have different names, but they all chose names that fit their, like, that fit the new world that they were hanging out in. So that was an entire big thing. Red Bills, okay, so too far. Alright, the Asians, there we are. Okay, so Arbiter, we have Blainhair's Lamimi, who is, it's really funny because Lamimi, she's the quote-unquote dark cleric, except for the fact that technically she's considered a dwarf in the first. That will be interesting. Alright, anyway, I'm just gonna... Actually, born in the first, the warriors' characters were once adventurous in their own world. It is said no dark entity could withstand them, and in the end they vanquished a high Asi known as Mitron the Chastizer. Alas, the strength of their light was too great, and with their victory came a flood of light, threatening return of their realm to nothingness. The heroes believed they had no recourse but to attempt a rejoining, and thus sought to incite calamity from within the source. I am reading from the very first lore book. Yeah, so this, again, for anyone who has the lore book, this is page 214. Okay. Yeah. This is all just stuff we really need to. I really hope Ethis, if you watch this at all, please, like, can you, like, do a thing that just goes over, like, the Warriors of Darkness, and, you know, I know Shadowbringers Launch is in, like, 2.5 weeks, but, like, this is making me more sad about the fact that I'm, like, in the middle of driving across the continent, when early access goes. I will technically, be around. I'll probably be really exhausted because it's a lot of driving, when regular everything hits. Anyway, anyway, sorry. Okay, let's continue. I might just go through and also do a quick thing on music. You were creepy. What was that? What is this? No, stop. Okay, I paused it. There we go. What is this? I'm actually going to just screenshot this really fast. What is this? Screenshot. Okay. And then there's all the cool job stuff that we saw before. You have darkness in you. To shatter the tyranny of light, you must become the warrior of darkness. Okay. Cool job stuff. Thancred. You looking ominous. Lots of light. Do we absorb light? Is that what's gonna happen? Because the whole thing with Minfilia is that she went to the First Order to, like, help absorb the light, right? Because something like that. Because that's the whole thing with Minfilia. I'm actually gonna go double check on her. See what this says, see if I've missed anything as of more recent. Minfilia. Alright. No, because this came out in Heavensward, so yeah, she had. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna see if there's an updated version of her in second one. I just want to clarify and make sure that I didn't miss something about the character. Just in case, because you never know. Alright. We are in Kusan, Doma, Organizations, Yanjia, Azim Step. Resistance, nope. 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 There's the step. Nope. 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 Friends and disciples, alright. It looks like we do not have updated versions of our characters. I kind of hope that they get them. Yeah, we don't have updated versions. Okay. That's okay. We must. We saw that and talked about that. How many years have I... There's the dude. I love how we're here. I just love the fact that, like, I think one of the things that really made Heavensward so much fun is that we were traveling, we were actually traveling with, you know, a party, and sort of going on a grand adventure for a little while. Granted, it was, Izael and Estinian and, Alfino and just our character, so it was just the four of us for a while. This one I think is going to be more interesting because we were with characters that we have known since the beginning, for legacy players since the beginning of 1.0. I think Orianche actually popped in closer to 1.23, but yeah. I don't know. Minfilia, debatable, because we don't know if that's our Minfilia or if it's the First World Minfilia anymore. I don't know anymore. I think this is going to be really interesting. I don't know if we're going on sort of the grand adventure thing that we had back in Heavensward. Part of the issue with Stormblood was the fact that, yeah, we sort of went on quote grand adventure, but it sort of turned into us just kind of... It was a little bit weird to leave Alamigo and just suddenly go to, you know, another continent and be like, hey, we're in Doma now, we're gonna help liberate Doma, and then we'll go back to Alamigo. As much as I enjoyed Stormblood, that was a little bit weird. Although it did mean that we got to know Lise and Alize really well, and poor Alfino was just, like, helping out in the background a little bit more. Y'shtola was pretty much out of commission for, like, most of Stormblood because, you know, she kind of got slashed in the face. Anyway. And then Thancred. I'm also just glad that Thancred's around. I'm looking forward to doing things with the trust system. I actually might, what I might do is I might do first runs of dungeons with the trust system just so I can see what all the characters do and kind of their interactions and whatnot. And then every single run after that I'll do with actual parties just because I want to see how how our team fares. Granted, I feel a little bit... Well, no, I'm always going to have Thancred and Oriange in the party because I'm a DPS. But I guess I'll see. Anyway.
For this moment.
We are absorbing... I think we're absorbing light, kind of like Minfilia did.
The one possessed of her blessing.
Of her blessing, which is Hydaelyn. And create the luck.
For you.
Shadowbringers! Alright, I gotta listen to this whole spiel now.
Through prayer and sacrifice, The will of the star was made manifest.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But
They are gods after a fashion, yes. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
Okay. Okay. All right. Was there anything else on here that I wanted to talk about? Yeah, no, I pretty much got all of it. Okay. So there's a lot of speculation. This is just me kind of going because yeah. Yeah. I have some reading on etherology too. Which book was it in? It's one of these. Or see what other people have been talking about. No, I'm serious about the primal thing though, because people have been speculating it for so long. Like when I first started looking up and getting into lore, which is like 3 years ago at this point, I think. 3 years ago? You were still in A Realm Reborn when I started really looking at lore. I started looking at lore a lot during A Realm Reborn, but I got super into it leading up to the launch of Heaven's Word. Especially leading up to the launch of Heaven's Word, because of all of us going to Ishgard and the whole, like, the Dragon Song War, and so literally spent, like, because I had to go drive for, like, 12 hours, like, literally the day after Heaven's Word launch. I'm just sitting there being there, because I had gotten to the point, like, I was, like, level 54, and I had gotten to, at least managed to get to where Ratatoskr, that entire reveal happened with Hraesvelgr, and what Shiva really was, and a lot of stuff, and the whole truth of the original Dragon Song War, and so I'm just sitting there driving, being like, da 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 dum bum. I'm done. That was also the wrong key, but that's okay. There we go. Anyway, I think that's about all I have to say. I am really excited. Part of the reason I was so excited about us going to the first is just because 3.4 was actually one of my favorite story patches. And I was just really hyped to, the fact that we're going there. It does feel like a little bit of a strange segue away, considering that, like, the Garlean War is not, I guess, assume it's doing okay, because otherwise the front lines wouldn't be like, yeah, just go take a break, go find your friends. But we are seeing Estinian and Gaius hanging around, so I assume things are gonna be happening on that front. I'm still really happy that Estinian helped us out and basically saved us at the end of 3.5, so okay. Alright, that's it for now, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna look through for music. I'll take a look at it later. It's just mostly because in hindsight, the Stormblood launch trailer, it had the Garlean, the quote-unquote Garlean national anthem, which actually was like an Alamegan hymn that was given different words and like sort of co-opted into the Garlean anthem for Alamigo, because that happened. And because we had that, and then we had the music for whatever that zone is called. All I'm thinking is Salt. I'm just thinking Salt. That zone. Whatever that zone's called. And then we had the actual final boss music. Actually.
Will of the star
and Hydaelyn are not gods.
The
Have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her
I
blessing.
think that's...
What was it for?
I'm just listening to music. It's very dramatic.
How many years have I...
So, sorry. That theme, I can see that as potentially being final bossy, but it would... I don't know. It's missing some of the, sort of the bottom oomph of percussion or percussive elements that you would expect from something more of a final boss theme-ish. So maybe it could be part of the final boss theme is what I would say, I guess.
This world is beyond saving.
And that theme.
Like those who try to save it.
And we know that this is part of the final. This is part of regular boss theme music. We heard it in the benchmark and the job trailer. Okay.
Relinquished by its predecessor.
Came to be. They were once living.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. Okay. All right. I'll stop ranting. Okay. All right. That's it. I'm really excited for this, guys. Hope y'all are too. And if y'all are lore people, go read up on your lore for the first and everything from 3.4 and Etherology. And if you have these, please. I think it's mostly in this one, so this is probably the one that you want to take a look at. I'm certainly going to. Yeah. Toxic Hydaelyn and Zodiark Dimensional Compression. Yep. Yep. Oh man, okay, sorry. Alright. Okay, so I guess that's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of E3 and catching up, ready for Shadowbringers and everything. Yeah, so take care, y'all.